So I've said it before and I'll say it again. I always check out brands each year, and every single year there are major differences, or none at all. There is no in between.
And because of that, I cannot really recommend this.
Last year, I wasn't all that excited about Otterbox, but that definitely changes this year round. Today, we're looking at the Defender, the Strada, the React, the Ottergrip, and the Symmetry, but also the Defender XT. Now, if you're curious about my thoughts last year, be sure to watch that video and then come back to this one. So let's start off with the Defenders. Last year, I hated the XT and loved the Defender. This year, they're both pretty good. They aren't as difficult to get on the case, even though they're definitely not made for taking off regularly. The XT has a removable front bezel and then the regular feeling case to click that on. But you can only put the phone in once the front bezel is removed. So if you want that extra protection, these might be perfect for you. On the regular Defender, it's a three-part design. It consists of a back, a front bezel, and then the soft outer shell. Like I said, they're both pretty easy to get on, but also to get off. There's of course more steps to it, but much easier than last year. And the phone clicks in there easy too. Once installed, you can pull off the outer layer when the dust cover is removed. The Defender XT is strong on its own, and the front bezel pretty much only makes sure your phone will never fly out. But the regular Defender relies on every level to complete its strength and protection. So the Defender is definitely the bigger brother here. But either are very rugged. The Defender does not come with MagSafe, while the XT does. And here they've improved it too. Their MagSafe is now a solid 8 out of 10. The only thing they need to look at is how clicky the buttons sound. Since that is pretty much non-existent. The Defender also comes with that belt clip, which is also compatible with the XT. Then the Ottergrip. Now, back when I started doing YouTube for real, I featured the pop socket collab they did. And they probably thought we can do that too and made one on their own. And to be honest, it works very good. It still has MagSafe, even though it comes with a grip on the back which you can pop out and put one finger through. It's made for regular sized hands though. If you have bigger hands, you can't really use this. If you can, however, it does feature a very comfortable grip when holding it. Much like the Grip Max or the Grip Mini from the Runner Shoe, but without the hard edges. It also doesn't annoy you when holding the case regularly. The edges are rounded nicely and thus it makes the whole case feel comfortable. On this case, the buttons are very clicky too. Good thick front bezel, which is almost as thick as the Dynamic Island, so it's weirdly satisfying. It also makes removing the case very easy. The camera bump is very tiny though, so that will be my only big downside. MagSafe charging works fine, and the magnets are really strong actually. Even though this case has the grip and MagSafe, it doesn't weaken the overall strength of it, and it's really strong still. Awesome case. Moving on to the Symmetry. This one has the same shape as the Ottergrip and is also very comfortable to hold. It comes in all types of designs on the back, and the texture feels very nice too. The buttons on this one though aren't as clicky, and the power button you cannot really hear at all. I think the Ottergrip is basically the same case with a different back, minus the grip, and less clicky buttons for some reason. MagSafe strength is also very good. Same front bezel here too, same tiny camera bump, and the same texture on the sides, which feels rubbery, but also plasticky. A good combination though, don't get me wrong. They still have that back shield design going on, which you can clearly see from the back. But no weird edges or sharp bits though. You cannot feel the edges at all. The edges you can feel are at the bottom, and that's pretty big since it kind of pushes into your pinky finger while holding it. Now that may be subjective, but just throwing that out there. Very good fit on these though. Fast install, but it can be removed very quickly too. Then the React case. This case doesn't have MagSafe, and to my knowledge they don't sell that either on this model. The buttons are harder to push, not clicky. But oddly enough, it does feature a bigger camera bump here. And I would prefer this one on the Symmetry and the Ottergrip too, if you would ask me. It's just a clear case with black edges, which makes it grippy enough but does leave a lot of smudges. And since it isn't a blurred clear case, you will notice that pretty quick. The front bezel is a little smaller in height, but the same as the Symmetry in thickness. Keep in mind though that I have a screen protector installed, so it may look less high than it would really be. MagSafe charging works, but I haven't tested the speed of this. It feels like a minimal case, even though it will definitely protect your phone and will prevent shattering for sure. Unlike some other minimalist cases out there, the fit is excellent. Nothing to complain about that. Then, the Strada bookcase. I actually reviewed the Nomad leather case just now, and my biggest critique of that one was the fact that the closing clasp was in the way of MagSafe. Well, as you can see, they thought about that here and it works great. They also thought of people that use bookcases when typing, because you can even turn it around and it magnetically closes that way too. So you can use it like a regular case, even though it's a bookcase. Awesome thinking here. Buttons are not as easy to press though, and definitely not clicky either. The front bezel theme is present here too, but it's much higher at the top and bottom, since it's already well protected at the sides. So as far as protection goes, this one is very good too. I hate the fact that they used a cutout for the action button here though, and especially since every other case here has the edit button design on the cases, it therefore feels a little left behind. The case has only 2 spots for cards, with one being the push-up design, and no room behind it. The camera bump is also pretty small, but it does feel pretty well protected overall. It does have that speaker cutout at the front, so you could make calls with the case closed. You will always see boomers struggling with this, so if only they knew. There is definitely a lot improved here in comparison with last year. What do you think? Make sure you use my affiliate links in the description down below, and if you aren't done watching, make sure you check out this video too. Yes, that one. Almost there.